Welcome to the second lecture in unit number 3. We are going to talk about family and its influence on consumer behavior. As we see from 1900s towards 2013, there were a lot of changes and even in the family setup. If you see nuclear family, we have more nuclear families now rather than having more extended family. But if you compare by 1900s or something, we had a lot of extended families or joint families at those times. Very less nuclear family. And if you want to know about what is nuclear family, what is extended family, nuclear family means you will have a couple and two kids or one kid. Extended family will have grandma, grandpa, and cousins, niece, and also you'll have father, mother, and son or daughter living together. The decision making process in case of a joint family will be very cumbersome, and many people will be involved in one purchase process, and also people will ensure that the product will certainly meet out all the needs of everybody living in the family. But in case of nuclear family, it is actually for four or three members who are living in a house, and the decision making process will be handled by the couples normally, and child will also play a major role sometimes in making some decision process. We are going to learn about how decision is being made and how are people getting some information about purchase process, and people learning about some purchase process is also called as socialization. And normally we learn from our family members, and in that way we also learn about how to buy products and also how to make some purchase decisions. And if you see a child how it is getting socialized, and normally child has a habit of or else like mother will carry a kid along with them to buy some products, or else the father will carry the kid along with him to buy some products. So child will also acquire some attitude and experience knowledge when it get along with his or her mother or father. And by the way, when you are going along with your father or mother and then buying some products, that is actually called as co-shopping. And then by the way that you learn about the shopping and you learn about the purchase process, that is actually called as socialization. And if you are getting along with your mother, and normally for a kid, the socializing agent will be the mother. And if you sometimes if your purchases are more involved with your father, and your father will act as a socializing agent. And any purchase process is not restricted only towards childhood. Even the socialization will not get confined towards childhood. It is an ongoing process. Even till you die, you learn about purchases and how to buy products. And it is actually said that you will pass on all the habits, whatever that you have learned, to the next generation that you are actually making up. And in the process, and that is actually called as your intergenerational socialization. Intergeneration generational socialization means whatever habits that you have inculcated, you will pass on to your son or daughter. And normally they will also copy whatever attitude, whatever knowledge that they have gained from you, and then they will utilize that things while they are forming a family. And it's not that only they will learn about your purchase process and other aspects, and there are many functions for a family, and that is far more required for society. One is about a family supports economically, and it's called as economic well-being. And father will support his son or daughter to study, to pursue education. And nowadays there are some empowered women, they are actually supporting kids education. And family will also provide emotional support whenever you feel bad, and your mother or father will support you, and then they will give you convincing words. And also they will frame you a lifestyle. They will tell you how to dress and then how to act in the society, and also how to behave towards elderly people, and how to how to groom yourself. If you are going to appear for an interview, they will tell you about the lifestyles. And if in case of family decision making, and normally husband and wife will take the decision. Sometimes kids will also involve in the decision making process. Nowadays kids are playing a major role, and you can see that many ads are projecting kids in the front, and they are making some decisions, and that is being complied by the father and mother. And you can see Junior Horlicks, for example, and also you can take Power Soap, for example. So those products are projecting kids, and kids making a decision on that process, and the mother or father will accept it. And if you take any family decision making, you have four types, that is called as husband dominated, wife dominated, syncretic, and autonomy. If in case husband dominated family, husband will take more decisions, and it will be complied by the wife, and husband will take more decisions about the assets that need to be bought, vehicles, automobiles, electronic goods, TVs, and other things. If in case if you take wife dominated family, wife will take the most decisions. Sometimes it will be related to your plus personal cleanliness, dishwashing, daily food requirement, going to the grocery shop, buying some food, fruits, and anything related to that, wife will take decisions in general. But if you generally look up wife dominated family, wife will take most decisions, husband will just nod his head and then he will comply to it. In case of syncretic decision making, both of them will make a decision, and they will synonymously work together in the decision making process. If in case of your autonomic decision making process, they will have an agreement, or else they will have an understanding. Husband will take a decision, wife will understand it, and then she will accept it. When take the decision, husband will understand it and he will accept it. That is actually called as your autonomic decision making process. If you take child in decision making, and normally child will use different tactics in order to make their decision to comply by their parents. One is called as pressure tactics. They will demand, cry, they will threaten you, they will tell that they will not have food, and other things. They will use pressure tactics, and at the end they will buy the product. And normally you can see in a home that if they want to buy a toy, they will say, I will not have food until you are going to buy a toy for me. Upward appeal, they will say that they will say that my grandpa has approved, my niece has approved, my cousin has approved, but you are not accepting it. So they will use this upward appeal. They will get the permission from the elder people, and then they will make use of it, and then they will ask you to buy the product. Exchange tactics is that they will do a favor for you, and in turn they will expect you to buy some product for you. Coalition tactics, they will seek support from others, maybe a third person, maybe a person related to them, but they will get support from them, and then they will help. They will certainly make you to buy the product. Ingratiating tactics, they will put you in a good mood. For example, if a son is wanting a bike or a car, they will say that I got good marks in my exam, so buy me a bike or a car, and that is actually called as ingratiating tactics. Rational persuasion, they will say logical reasons for it. They will also give you some factual reasons. For example, a college student may say, see, I'm coming from place A to place B, that is my college, and it is actually costing me around 20 rupees per day. And if I'm going to travel for 600 days, it will take around oddly around 65,000 or something, in an approximate way. And they will say it is better to buy a bike. So that is actually called as your logical arguments and rational persuasion. Inspirational appeals, they will see some the inspiration appeals are sometimes like whenever they see some happiness in you, whenever they see enthusiasm in you, and if they feel that you are emotionally really good, and at that time they'll propose for an product purchase, or else they will say that if you are going to buy this product for me and that will give you happiness, that will promote happiness in me, and using those tactics they will certainly uh, induce you to buy a product. Consultation tactics is a different way that they will allow you to decide, or else they will allow you to make decision on their own purchase, and they will consult from you, daddy, whether this bike will suit for my style, or else whether this bike will suit for my college or something. And then they will involve you in the purchase process, and then they will consult from you, and then they will buy the product. And that is called as consultation tactics. At the end we have the family life cycle, and I think this will be very interesting. One is called as your bachelorhood. So you are in a bachelorhood when you are not married, you are single, and you are working alone, not living with your family. That is very much important. You are living all alone, not with your family, and you are earning money, and mostly you will be earning money and after your graduation. Next is called as honeymooner phase. Honeymooner phase is that you are just married and you don't have kid. And if you understand the first one, that is your bachelorhood phase, you will have a lot of disposable income with you, and marketers will normally persuade this bachelorhood people to buy more stylish products, and then they will target more bachelors not to sell many products towards them. That will give them more revenue, and that is where you will spend money unknowingly, and also you're not looking for some judgmental things, and also you'll spend money whatever that you're having. And then normally if you don't have families nearby, and then you normally spend more. But if in case of honeymooner phase, you have another person along with you, that is your wife or husband. What you'll have to do is that now it is the time that you will have to set up your own family. Maybe you will form your own nuclear family. At that moment you are supposed to make decisions on the purchase process. So you will have more opportunities to make your own decisions, and even at those times you will have another person's income, like your wife or husband will earn, so that you will have two incomes with you, so that you can have a good purchase, and then you also will have more disposable income, you can spend more. Next is your parenthood. Now you have a kid with you, and at this moment you will spend more for your kid. So next stage is your parenthood, and at that time you'll have a kid along with you to make your kid more knowledgeable, and then you will join him in elementary school. Later you will join him in a good higher secondary school, and also after that you will join him in a graduation, college and other things. So you will take care of the entire education part to make him as a good human being. You will support him, and also you will join him in additional courses like guitar and other things. So you will spend more for your kid in your parenthood stage. Next, you will have post parenthood stage. At the time it is also called as emptiness. Next stage is post parenthood stage, also called as emptiness stage. At this moment you will have your son or daughter got married, and they will form their own family, they'll make decisions on their own. And also it is your second honeymoon phase, because you are going to live all alone with your husband or wife. So you will make decisions on your travel, and then you will go out, you will roam out and enjoy everywhere. And then you will also spend more time with your husband or wife, so that you can have an enjoyment time. The last phase of your family life cycle is dissolution. At this moment either husband or wife will die off, and this person living alone altogether, they will get support from other person for buying some products. Through this process we have seen different stages, and marketer can tap into any stages and then help them out, and then they can segment people based on that, and then they can utilize it. We'll end this lecture and let's see you in the next lecture. Thank you.